WBTV, updating the biggest stories with new information. On your side with investigations that get results. Tracking first alert weather to keep you and your family safe. WBTV New at 6 starts right now with breaking news.
We are a step closer to justice tonight for a mother brutally killed in a Kings Mountain convenience store.
WBTV has confirmed in the last hour police have arrested the man they say stabbed her to death.
I'm tracking breaking news here at the federal courthouse where a judge has just thrown out a part of a lawsuit brought by a former Myers Park High School student claiming both administrators and police mishandled her reported rape.
Remembered as a force and a leader on the pitch and mourned by soccer fans across the city tonight. I'm live with the touching tribute for Charlotte FC defender Anton Walks.
But we do start with that breaking news. The two-day manhunt for the suspected killer on your screen here has ended. In the past hour, investigators say Timothy Parson has been arrested for killing his ex-girlfriend in Kings Mountain. Thank you for trusting WBTV. All new here at 6. I'm Molly Grantham.
And I'm Jamie Bolt. WBTV has kept you updated on this case all week long. Investigators were called to the Silver Express convenience store Tuesday, where they say a mother was stabbed and killed.
34-year-old Ashley Scoggins leaves behind a 3-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. And WBTV spoke with her family last night at 11. They are determined, they say, not to let her name and face be forgotten.
She was my big sister, and no matter what type of argument or anything that we got into, I knew that she would always just be there for me if I needed her.
WBTV found court documents revealing a history of violence from Timothy Parson. A most recent protective order was issued on December 22nd, nearly a month after the last protective order expired in November. That December order shows Parson was accused of following Ashley Scoggins, grabbing her by the hair with his hand on her face, and he threatened to kill her. A few days later, records show Parson came to her house, called multiple times, then threw a brick through Scoggins' car windshield. The December protective order also states Parson cannot assault, threaten, abuse, follow, harass, or interfere with Scoggins, or he could be arrested if an officer believes he violates the order. This all played out weeks before Scoggins was stabbed to death. Now we are working on getting Parson's mugshot and arrest report. But again, the breaking news, under arrest tonight. There's more breaking news now at 6 o'clock. A judge has thrown out part of a lawsuit from a former Myers Park High School student suing the city of Charlotte and Charlotte-Mecklenburg schools over the handling of her reported rape.
Now, Jamie, the judge dismissed the suit against the city and CMPD's role, but the case still stands against CMS. The ruling came after that former student spent the day on the witness stand. Today is the first time the public has heard from the former student since she sat down with WBTV's chief investigative reporter Nick Oxner. When, Nick, you originally uncovered her case in 2015. You are now live at the federal courthouse to break down some key points of her testimony today.
Yeah, Molly, during her testimony on the witness stand today, that former student told jurors at one point in life she wanted to be a lawyer, but she testified today that changed after she reported this rape. In that experience, she said, quote, because she doesn't believe anyone cares about justice. During the former student's testimony today, she talked about her interactions with police, both the Myers Park High School resource officer and the detective who would later interview her as part of their investigation. She echoed what we heard from her mom yesterday, that the detective acted indifferent, even unhappy to be there. She told the jurors today of her feelings after dealing with police, quote, I just want to be believed. It's a similar line from what she told me when I first sat down with her as part of my original investigation back in 2015.
I don't trust them anymore.
That's what this Myers Park High School student says about the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Tough words from an otherwise soft-spoken, mild-mannered teenager who says officers did little after she reported being taken into the woods behind the school by another student and sexually assaulted. The female student tells me that she no longer trusts police officers because of how this case was handled. What would you tell her?
Well, that's regrettable, and I don't want anybody to feel that way.
Now, we should note the question related to police in this trial was whether or not Charlotte-Mecklenburg police had properly trained the school resource officer who initially responded to that student's reported rape. Ultimately, the judge issued what's known as a directed verdict, which means on that very narrow question, he felt the plaintiff had not met their burden of proof. Now, you also heard me say today that during Jane Doe's testimony at former student on the witness stand, lawyers played a portion of her interview recorded with police. Now, that was played in open court. It was admitted as evidence, and typically any trial exhibit admitted as evidence in open court would be available to the public for me to get to play for you at home so you can hear for yourself what happened in that interaction. But in this case, the judge is blocking me, you, and the rest of the public from getting access to those exhibits. Today, lawyers for Wbtv went to court, filed a motion, and we are currently fighting for access to that recording and every other exhibit that you and me and the public have a right to under the law. We'll keep you posted. For now, reporting live at the courthouse in Uptown, Nick Oxner, Wbtv, on your side.
Nick, we know you will follow this trial closely and keep us updated as we learn new details, so stick with Wbtv on air and online. And if you or someone you know has been a victim of sexual assault, there is support available. Call the Greater Charlotte Hope Line. The number's on your screen, 980-771-4673, or you could call the national hotline. We also have that on your screen.
Update now on your First Alert forecast. Yeah, a bit of a roar outside today. If you stepped out, you know it was windy and it was warm. We tied a record high temperature, by the way, 69 degrees today. Some of you saw temperatures in the 70s. First Alert meteorologist Rachel Coulter is tracking this unseasonably warm weather.
And Rachel, it's going to continue to feel warm, correct?
Yeah, at least into the end of the work week. It'll be a little bit cooler tomorrow than what we had today, but we are still going to be running above average, just not this much above average. We should be topping out in the low 50s, and we were warmer than that waking up this morning. We only bottomed out in those mid 50s, and that 69 degrees tied that record. That was set back in 1907. Temperatures still in the 60s in most locations. 65 in Charlotte and Rock Hill. That's the case out towards Gastonia. Boone in the mid 50s. We have sustained winds still exceeding 15 miles per hour at times. That does include the Charlotte Metro, where wind gusts have been reported up to about 24 miles per hour, at least recently. Earlier this afternoon, we had a wind gust of 30 miles per hour, very similar to what we're seeing out towards Shelby. So these windy conditions will linger at least through tonight for most of us, even into tomorrow afternoon for our mountain communities where that wind advisory remains in place. Still pretty mild if you have evening plans tonight, and then eventually the cooler temperatures work in. Also tracking a good chance of rain for your Sunday. First Alert Weather Day in place. That weekend forecast in just a few minutes.
Rachel, thank you. On your side, now at 6.
Transport him over to our vessel and head your way. He's AMS, possibly knocked unconscious by the impact. He has facial injuries. He's bleeding from the nose at this time.
Those are the moments first responders tried to save a Charlotte FC player moments after a boat crash in Miami. Unfortunately, Anton Walks passed away this morning. And tonight, family, friends, the club, Charlotte fans were all mourning the loss of the 25-year-old defender.
Yeah, we know this all started to unfold yesterday. A Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officer responded to a 2-boat crash around 3 p.m. It was near the Miami Marine Stadium basin. Walks, as you heard, they're unconscious, later received CPR after being transported to shore by Miami Fire Rescue. Again, he passed away this morning, sparking a wave of condolences today. WBTV anchor Alex Giles joins us from Bank of America Stadium. He's been talking to fans this afternoon. Alex, we saw you live at 5 not long after that vigil. How are fans remembering him after being a part of the club's inaugural season?
Oh, well, folks have fond memories of this young man, Jamie. I can tell you most of the crowd that was out here earlier has left because it's been a couple hours since that vigil began. But if photojournalist John Sparks can zoom in here, you can still see that actually some members of the team, some members of the club have come out within the last few minutes just to pay their respects and to have a quiet moment with the memorial that's been set out outside of this entrance to the stadium. If you can see there are a few members of the team that are consoling each other. A lot of them, understandably, absolutely gutted and heartbroken about what has happened. Folks have brought flowers, jerseys, flags out here. And remember, as you noted, inaugural season, but already this team has such strong support. I got a chance to talk to a couple of the fans, and they told me that this is just all about unity and being a family together.
Nothing's more important than being unified as a fan base, as a team, for this young man that obviously, was taken from us much too soon.
We're a family. We've known Anton since he first started out with the team, and we're all family together. He's part of our family, so this is a loss of our family member, basically.
And we should mention that the head of the entire family, Charlotte FC owner and Panthers owner David Tepper, he was out here with the team just moments ago as they had a very solemn moment over there at the memorial, saying a prayer for Anton. Fans I talked to said they would love to see something done for this young man next season. They'd like to see him honored in a special way. We will stay posted to see if anything comes to fruition. Reporting live outside of Bank of America Stadium, Alex Giles, WBTV, on your side.
Yeah, that's the thing. This new season about to begin. We've been talking about it here on air, how excited we are for a new Charlotte FC season, their second. Obviously just dampened by the news today. And WBTV continues our coverage into the loss of Anton Walks. When we go on your side tonight at 7 o'clock, WBTV's Cam Gaskins will join us live from Bank of America Stadium. All new here at 6 o'clock, shelling out thousands a year to rent a, quote, luxury apartment in uptown Charlotte.
But one tenant, Jamie, tells WBTV he got the opposite of luxury.
There was a leak coming from the water heater or the washing room area.
I mean, he got a wet mess. So WBTV started digging. This isn't the first complaint for those who own the property. We explain in less than 3 minutes.
And also coming up new at 7 o'clock on your side tonight, often a crowded place, more people coming through Charlotte Douglas International. It means the greater odds of recovering weapons. Just how many? The answer when we go on your side tonight.
Closed captioning on WBTV News is sponsored by Subaru South Boulevard and Subaru Concord.
Mary J is now Queen City Mitsubishi. Get pre-approved now at queencitymitsubishi.com.
Today, I'm here at Paramount Auto with one of our sales team members, Andrea. And Andrea, I would love for you to talk a little bit about the Paramount difference.
We want to make all of our customers part of the Paramount family and have repeat customers and sell them more of what they want and need.
And now you have been a part of the sales team for 4 years. So what's your favorite part about working at Paramount?
It's a Christian-based company, and not only do I work with my employees, but they're also like my family as well.
Well, Andrea, thanks for being here with me today. And come join the family right here at Paramount Auto.
Ever seen that before? Whoa, what's in there? Looks like one of those. Nah, couldn't be that. I know what it is. Oh, come on. That wouldn't have caused that. Is it a thing? Like one of those? Could be. Oh, hi. It doesn't matter what clogged the drain. Our depend-worthy plumbers at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing know what it takes to get it flowing again. If it's what I think it is, I'm calling for backup.
Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Always depend-worthy.
Go right out the gate and I'm running. Hardly warmed up, I'm already stunning. Acting real tough, but you ain't seen nothing. Bet you never saw this coming.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Kona. Right now, get 2.9% APR on the 2023 Kona or up to $750 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
The heart-pounding mystery, the Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, the Tony Award winner for Broadway's best revival of a play. Norm Lewis stars in A Soldier's Play.
January 10th through the 22nd at Night Theater. Tickets at blumenthalarts.org.
All roads lead to Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte, the #1 volume Mercedes-Benz sales leader in North and South Carolina. People come from all over to purchase the best in luxury automotive. Friendly faces, first-class facility, a car buying experience unlike any other. Isn't it time you see why all roads lead to Mercedes-Benz of South Charlotte, Charlotte's premier Mercedes-Benz dealer?
From Stanley to Mecklenburg County, WBTV has your first alert forecast right now.
All new at 6 o'clock. A luxurious lagoon. That's what one tenant at Sky House Uptown is calling his apartment after repeated flooding and slow and unsatisfactory response from the maintenance team. He tells WBTV repeated efforts to find a long-term solution to the problem just failed.
Yeah, and that's leading him to take action against the property management company, Graystar. WBTV's Caroline Hicks started digging into the history of this company and found he's not the only one complaining about it in Charlotte. She joins us now live from Sky House Uptown to explain. Caroline?
Jamie, according to its website, Greystar has about 44 properties across the city of Charlotte. I started digging. I found that 12 tenants have filed complaints with the North Carolina Attorney General's office just here in the city of Charlotte. And the man I spoke to for this story, he's taking it a step further, filing a lawsuit against Greystar. When Shermaine Liggins signed a lease at Sky House Uptown, he was expecting serenity.
Aesthetically, it looked great.
But a few months in, he says he got much more than he bargained for.
There was a leak coming from the water heater or the washing room area. Water had pooled on the floor, and I'd reported that to maintenance.
He says he waited 2 days for a response.
The action taken was simply to explore what was causing the leak. There was no remediation.
Liggins works as a property and casualty insurance manager himself.
I know that those usually require immediate responses to stave off the potential for the development of mold, for any other toxic environmental concerns.
So he asked for more to be done.
Eventually, management did get someone to come extract the water. That was some days after I'd initially requested for it. So the water was sitting there for some time.
And this was not the last time that you would experience flooding here?
Unfortunately, it wasn't.
A second and third time. After each incident, he says he had to repeatedly follow up with maintenance to do more than just stop the leak.
Bedroom carpet just saturated.
After the last leak, he says he was left to live like this for several days.
My allergies flared up. I had red eyes. I had watery eyes. I was coughing and sneezing quite a bit while living within this apartment that had machines that were supposed to run 24/7. And when I reached out to management to ask for an alternate living arrangement, at least temporarily, they pretty much brushed me off.
He's not the only tenant feeling wronged by Greystar. 40 complaints have been filed with the North Carolina Attorney General's office statewide. 12 of those in the city of Charlotte, several related to maintenance issues.
At what point do you decide that you need to take action against Greystar?
It wasn't the first incident that caused me to take action. It wasn't the second incident. In fact, the third incident could have been understandable had there been more of an effective, more of an empathetic response from management. We're only talking because management pretty much brushed me off, telling me that I needed to live within the conditions that I was subjected to as a result of its negligence. That's unthinkable to me.
Liggins filed a small claims suit against Greystar for rent abatement.
I feel as though the conditions I've been subjected to are not on par with the lease I'd entered into.
While he waits for his day in court, he's searching for a new place to live.
They've abdicated their responsibilities and they need to be held accountable for it.
Now, of course, I reached out to Sky House Uptown for comment. A spokesperson sent me a statement reading in part, "Our records show our team has responded to all of this residents' maintenance requests within the appropriate time frame. We are unable to go into further detail because of pending litigation with this resident." Now, shortly after I started digging into this company, a couple at another Greystar property, the Savoy Apartments, reached out to me with concerns about the short-term rental policy at their apartment. Hear that story coming up tonight at 7 o'clock on Your Side Tonight. For now, I'm reporting live in Uptown Charlotte. Caroline Hicks, WBTV, on your side.
Caroline, look forward to seeing you tonight at 7 o'clock. Thank you. Molly?
Well, Jamie, let's keep everybody updated on the first alert forecast. Live look at conditions in Uptown Charlotte from WBTV's HD Tower Cam. After the fog and the wet weather this week, we know you are looking for some clear weather to start the weekend. The wind has at least died down a little bit, Jamie. The camera's not moving as erratically as it was.
Yeah, hopefully that will calm down. And you should avoid also making some weekend plans, though. That comes up on Sunday. That's our next first alert weather day. We are tracking rain and also some colder temperatures. Meteorologist Rachel Coulter joins us now, timing it all out.
Rachel, so Friday and Saturday look to be the days that if you want to get outside then.
Exactly. They look really nice, actually, despite the fact that we're going to be cooler as we head into your Friday and Saturday. You'll notice the 60s tomorrow and the low 60s as opposed to near 70-degree temperatures that we had today. 50s on Saturday, and then we've got the 40s on Sunday. So it is going to be chilly on Sunday. It's just going to be kind of a cold and dreary day, and we have been talking about Sunday for a while now, issuing that first alert weather day at the start of the week to give you ample time to just make those plans, because if you are flexible, Molly and Jamie were just mentioning it, Friday, Saturday may be the way to go. We'll dry out again on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, and we were mentioning this yesterday, but it's going to be in this time frame that yet another system moves through. We're just getting ourselves into a rather active pattern, and so that's going to be the next system that works through. Timing on that TBD. We're going to be watching that pretty closely. I do think it'll be late Tuesday night into Wednesday, but that could still shift a little. We've got plenty of time to watch that. Let me walk you through your weekend. 9 o'clock on Saturday morning, we'll still see lots of sunshine. Now notice the cloud cover out towards South Carolina. That's going to be lifting northward over the course of the day. So by the time we get towards 5 o'clock on Saturday night, more cloud cover around, but still dry conditions anticipated with those temperatures rather seasonable in the low to mid 50s. And then we get to Sunday, and something I want to point out, first of all, this is some new data. So this is some of the higher resolution data just within the past few minutes or so, and it gives us a better indication of what we can anticipate. And you'll notice that not everyone's seeing rain the entire day. Could catch a break for some of our northwestern counties, whereas rain fills into the south and east, and then by the afternoon start to see that coverage pick back up again. So periods of rainfall likely heading into Sunday. May be cool enough for a little bit of a wintry mix in the mountains, but certainly some snowfall on the back edge of all of that next Monday. Now we technically do have a cold front that's working east over the Carolinas as we speak. Severe threat to the north, rain to the north. We had some passing showers earlier today, but didn't amount to much, and certainly not seeing anything now. The only alert we have in place is that wind advisory that's going to go until 12 o'clock for our mountain communities. Otherwise, we're much calmer, we're clear. You can see that time-lapse view of the clouds clearing out towards Morganton, the sun going down. Temperatures still in the mid-60s in Charlotte, still seeing those sustained winds of 16 miles per hour, winds gusting up to 24 miles per hour. So it's warm if you have some plans around the Charlotte metro tonight, and really anywhere across the region, still fairly close to that 68-degree or 70-degree mark in some of our southeastern counties. But tomorrow will be cooler once we're certainly seeing the clear conditions and also the calmer winds. By Friday morning, we'll be back into the 40s, even the 30s, waking up on Saturday morning. Sunday, we have the first alert weather day in place. More first alert weather days Tuesday into Wednesday. That'll be our second best chance of rain within the 7-day forecast.
You might think a bad guy is sexy, but does he diversify your stock portfolio? Does he have a healthy relationship with his mother? Does he prioritize the cleanliness of his vehicle? Predictable? That's sexy. The 2023 Toyota Corolla. Get 2.9% APR for 36 months on a new 2023 Toyota Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
I'll call ERX. Emergency restoration experts. Storm damage, water cleanup, fire. From cleanup to final repairs. With ERX, you'll be good as new.
Looking for a great deal on a great used Toyota? We've got 2020 and 2021 Corolla starting at $14,988, and we have 40 in stock. $14,988 at all of our locations: Mooresville, Huntersville, Statesville, Hickory, Wilkesboro, and West Jefferson.
I have sleep apnea. Couldn't use CPAP. Now I have this. This is Inspire. It's simple. It's just a button.
Sometimes I press this button.
Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside my body with a click of this remote.
No mask, no hose. Just sleep.
We go night-night now.
Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Hendrick.
Take a break from car payments until spring. Shop HendrickCars.com this month and make no payments until spring. Shop nearly 20,000 new and pre-owned vehicles available today. Visit any Hendrick location or HendrickCars.com.
Thinking about selling your home in today's more challenging market? Well, you don't have to let it sit for weeks or months trying to sell it the traditional way. At 72 Sold, you can get a price thousands more than if you sold the traditional way and get it done A to Z in just 8 days. Thinking about selling? Just put in your address and get your price, a higher price for your home in just 8 days, only at 72sold.com.
Our Huntersville location is stocked with deals. We've got 2022 and 2023 Sierra LD crew cabs, Acadias, and Terrains, all with special financing. Get rates as low as 2.9% for up to 60 months. There's no better time to get a great deal from the king of price.
Starting today for the third year in a row, applications now open for the 2023 Placemaking Grant and Creative Pool.
The placemaking grant projects include street and wall murals, painted crosswalks, bike parking, things like that. The Charlotte Urban Design Center launched the placemaking program in 2018 to transform public spaces into vibrant places. Each award will be between $1,000 to $25,000. From now until March 3rd, you can submit your application.
A final check on your forecast when we come back.
Hurry in to get our best selection of new vehicles at Toyota of North Charlotte in Huntersville.
My name is Norman, and I was injured in a car accident. The Mayo Law offices is going to do what they can to get you what you want and what you need. The Mayo Law is the best in the business.
Call the Mayo Law offices. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
First Alert Weather App is sponsored by Subaru South Boulevard and Subaru Concord.
Supply chain disruptions left Gary's with hundreds of above-ground pools that have to go. Save up to $1,300 while they last. Use your tax refund or our 6-month interest-free financing, but hurry into Gary Pool's preseason pool blowout before all the best stuff is gone.
This is a great time to get a 2023 Subaru.
All of the 2023s offer 3.9% financing on all models.
And we have Subarus in stock for you to test drive.
It's a perfect time to get a great deal on a 2023 Subaru.
RandyMarionSubaru.com saves you money.
How is 1 Hour Heating and Air so dependable-worthy? It begins with standards.
That's a lot of standards.
Before we ever install a system, heck, before we ever choose the system to install, it has to pass our strict standards.
Purr like a baby kitten.
Strict standards.
Win the county beauty contest?
We take vital measurements in your home, so we're sure and you're sure it's the right size for the job.
Kissed by 12 sweet grandmothers.
1 Hour Heating and Air.
That's dependable-worthy.
For adventure. For climbing. For splashing. For towing. For premium. For capable. The GMC AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Or get 2.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on turbo high-output engine Sierra light-duty models.
It was warm today. Before we go, let's get a final check of the forecast, what we can expect tonight.
Yeah, we are going to be clearing out, and eventually the winds will calm down as well. So that's going to allow for chilly temperatures by tomorrow morning. Evening plans tonight, it's still going to be mild and windy. Tomorrow morning, chilly, calmer. We'll have lots of sunshine, though. Beautiful day ahead for Friday. 60s, then the 50s by Saturday. Chilly rain likely Sunday. First alert weather day then, and then another good chance of rain middle of next week.
Okay, Rachel, thank you. And thank you for joining us here for WBTV News at 6 o'clock.
Come see us at 7. CBS TV News comes your way next.